Okay, we are back. I switched over to a condenser microphone. See how that goes. Let me light my concentration candle. You ready? So this is midday for me at Auto-Tune. Let me see if I can light this. There, that should be better. And I'm not going to stream as a code on Auto-Tune. That wouldn't be allowed, but I thought I could use some time to recenter. One moment. I can recenter myself and hopefully make smarter decisions because of that and solving the problems. So returning to GPC, super clean, fresh code, kind of the opposite of what I have going on with Auto-Tune. It is a wonderful late autumn day. I have my tea. Good. Let's just rebuild first. Make sure everything's working. Oh, build failed. I think it's because I just pressed a button. Oh, I know why. I have to use the other version of the Producer. We use a different one for Auto-Tune. Fuck, what? Oh, shit. I'm opening Auto-Tune right now. Don't want that. Stop it. Did it update? So last we met, we had gotten Polyphony working and I was controlling it with my MIDI controller. Launch key right there. Build succeeded. Okay. I want to pay close attention here because my voice is feeling a little quiet and synth was feeling a little loud. There we go. Okay. So what I did last time, what I will do again today is I made a sticky note instead of, I don't have a Jira task or something. What the fuck? I'm going to do that again. Where it went. Pin that to my desktop too. Keep in. I want to change the color to pink. I like that. Oh, look at that. Jesus Christ. Okay, so what I want to do is implement APVTS, the audio processor value tree state, the first parameters. And we'll say for ADSR. And that should go pretty quick, but it's going to be a lot of code. So, and then 2, add knobs. Let's actually say this, add patch knobs. That means we're going to create a parameter for ADSR and then knobs that will control it. We'll see. I'm not going to do this for more than an hour today, so let's get started. Now this is code that I'm going to largely copy paste. I do the same thing every time. The audio processor value tree state is what exposes it for automation, like any parameter, and other important things, but it's sometimes tough to work with. So I'm just going to go ahead and copy these 3 functions right here. I'm actually going to call this APT. I could also call it parameters. We're going to leave. Okay, here's our instance of audio processor value tree state. This is going to be our flag, so if something changes. And what we need to do now, inherit. And that means we're going to have to override a particular function. Thought. Maybe not. Guess not. Okay. Go here. And in the CPP file, in the constructor of our processor, we're going to have to initialize. I wonder why. Should. Okay, so it's going to be this. We don't have a undo manager. We can make later though. What is this? I should probably do a day and just look at that. It's almost like a lambda. Let's actually look at the constructor for value tree. Oh, that's not what I want. The bane of my existence. Okay. we go. Yeah, this class is a little weird. Okay. Identifier. Accessing properties by name. Comparing two identifier object is very fast. Oh yeah, I know this, but when would I use that? All right, not today. Not in the mood for that. I just want to get this. Okay. This. Listen. So why does it have to go through the state? Don't know. This is all rote memorization. I will promise. I'm not a fan of doing that often. APVTS is always a little funky. Now we're going to need to define some of these functions. So I cannot believe that there's not a virtual function that do. We're going to have a date AP. Something that returns if you're actually watching this, please let me know if you want me to expand on anything, or if you're especially if you're like a beginner. Oh fuck, I already defined it. I'm going to define it here instead, because I can explain like what does it mean to be returning a reference to something. Maybe that's way too basic, and you want me to like look into what's going on more. You want to correct me. So this is almost like a lambda. I think I'm going to approach it as if you're a beginner, kind of like how I felt when I first started watching The Audio Programmer, but maybe not as well explained. So this is going to return the parameter layout, and I think I'm going to actually go ahead and set private. Because who else would be calling that, right? Put the underscore there just to mark it as private. A little reminder. That tea is good. It is such hot, such beautiful fall weather. Well, I really thought that. Looking to see. No. Looking to see if there's something I'm supposed to override, but no. So been over at the old version of so right here. We're going to make a vector of params, right? Look, I have some made right here. So we have attack, decay, sustain. I think you can understand what those are. Normalizable range, it's just what it's asking for when making an audio parameter float. So maybe this is a little smushed for you. But you see there's a declaration going on inside of this pushback. We could do something like this. Auto attack 1 is equal to this bad boy. Oh shit, I did that wrong though. Hang on. You'll see. Maybe this is better. 1. Right? Something's fucked up. I'd have to do. Oh no, I'd have to do like. See why I don't like to do it this way. Why a lot of people can't hack it with C++. Still not fucking working. So, okay. We're just going to leave it the way it is. This is something I do so consistently that I've just gotten used to the way it looks. I would recommend you do the same. It's not too bad once you get familiar with it. But basically, we need to give it a parameter ID, parameter name. Now this is the one I believe that shows up in the DAW in the automation lane. And this is, I don't know why there's both of them though, I guess. Normalizable range. Because all are by default 0 to 1, I believe. And get them switched around. And then default value, and then all these other things I don't use. This is a string from value function. I've used that before. So you give it a normalizable range because the slider that it's going to attach to is going to be 0 to 1, no matter what. And then it's mapping that from 0 to 3. And this would be, put some comments here. Envelope, the ADSR params are for envelope 1. ADR in seconds. I'm not going to have a negative sustain value. So right now, at max, we could have a 3-second attack, 3-second release, 1-second decay. This is the increment that you can increase it by. So you could have 0.91 seconds, right? But you couldn't. So we're incrementing it by, oh shit, 100 milliseconds? Is that right? No, 10 milliseconds. So you can go from 90 milliseconds to 100 milliseconds. But you can't go to 91 milliseconds. So, I mean, we could change that. I could tweak that. That actually doesn't seem very sensitive. And then this is for the skew. Interval value skew factor. and a skew of 0.5, I believe, is basically no skew. I gotta look into those again. Anyways, feel free to just copy this because you see this one, sustain, doesn't have a skew. I'm trying to remember though. I wonder if it would be in this definition. Come on. I want to know what that skew factor is. Hey, it's almost missed 420. Haven't been smoking for, here we go, for our sober October. Optional skew factor that alters the way values are distributed across the range. Skew factor lets you skew the mapping logarithmically, blah, blah, blah. A factor of 1.0 has no skewing effect at all. Oh, that's right, because I'll explain in a second. The factor is less than 1.0, the lower end of the range will fill more of the slider's length. That means the smaller millisecond, most envelopes do this. So like you can then go from 10 to 11 milliseconds, but you can't go from 500 to 501 milliseconds. Like once you start getting up into those longer time ranges, it's less important to have like a really precise value. So 0.5, I think, is pretty good for time things. And also frequency. I think this is, if you want to maintain like octaves as you go up. So the same amount of turning on the knob, if you had a pitch knob, will produce a quarter turn, makes an octave, even though the hertz distance gets exponentially larger. Hope that makes sense. Okay. So we create the parameters, and this is called, oh yeah, it's not going to be called right now, right here. So as part of the constructor, it's going to return this parameter layout, but not yet. And I think we're just passing iterators. This is getting into the standard C++ stuff that's okay. Need to look at update function. It doesn't seem right here. I gotta look at another project. Dang it, I have some challenges with AutoTune right now. Or specifically with things that we'd partially into a resolving. All right, so I'm looking at my Rompler now just to see how I was doing the update there. Oh, I think. Hmm? I'm looking. It's gonna like copy this for. So this is a flag that. Oh, I think it's done. I think I know what's going on. One, it's going to be called here. Date. I think that's going to get flipped. I don't know. I forget how to set this up. It's been just a couple months, but this is why it's fun. It's good to repeat these things. Like I should make a delay plugin again. Is that a good practice? Okay, so right here, if must a process get, then we call update. Let's actually change it. You could also call it parameters. Okay. I don't remember where that gets set true. Okay, because what I think happens is parameter values are updated just fine with the slider attachments. And then we just need to tell it when to actually update. So it's like the value changed in the value tree, but we tell it when to actually update. Right. Let me at least pull it into screen so you can see what I'm looking through. There we go. That's what I was looking for. How did I not find it? There it is. Okay. This all makes more sense now. Just could not seem to find it. Crap. Don't like that this. Yeah. I could put in my little underscore. No, I wasn't crazy. Yeah. All we got to do is say update processing, and then we'll catch that in the up here. every process block. Heck, we could even do it with a timer, but I think this. Mhm. Okay, now. So when we change something like in the future with the slider or even just on initialization and prepare to play, we're going to say, hey, watch out, you got to update audio processor value tree. Yes. And then when it gets through, this is getting called a lot. Process block is called every buffer, so it could be called every 512 times. That's what I was considering, every 512 samples. So that's like, oh, I guess it's not that much. It's like 90 frames per second. No. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Oh my gosh, I have 9 Slack messages. So why I need to make. Okay. Now the next thing is we need to pass all those in to the synth. Pull this over to the other monitor again. Okay. So what we're going to do is go to synth. Void update. It's going to take a choose process. F. Gonna look a lot like that, actually. Instead, now we're going to get not voices. Gotta make this just a less than. We need to do a cast. Make sure it's getting the right type of voice. Actually, see. Right? What the heck? Clearing my. Do auto. Many. Well, thinking of although I really think I could do. What's to stop me from doing this? 4 auto voice. Oh, I think I see why. Wonder how to do something like this. Oh, I wonder how to do something like that. Not, I'm just gonna. What expected expression? Well, whatever. I'm sorry, I'm doing this not in the most easy way. And then we're gonna, yes, it's not gonna like this because we gotta make one for the voice now. Void, 8, pave, value. Holy hell, 15 now. I'm 15 message. Update APV. Let's get this working, then I might jump off, come back later. Okay. Here. Okay, so what we need to do is actually have something to store the parameters, because we don't want to update those in the middle of playback. ADSR. Header. Param. Do that for now. Oh, fuck it. And then above, to do. I think I've had trouble doing this with a unique pointer before. if I could pop them in. Delete that. I'm actually going to make it a long attack and release just so I can hear it. Ooh. Better. But watch. Okay. I should probably use this to help set the sustain value, but not right now. So now when we change it, it will get past later. But 20 now. Oh shit. You know what? Fuck this. I'm just gonna undo. Maybe we don't need to store the end param. Fuck. It's just a simple struct. It's that. Oops. And there. Just go ahead and build it, see what we broke. So what we should see is it following parameters set here. And in fact, let's go ahead and make them like pretty long. These are the defaults. It's going to have a 2.5 second attack and a 2.5 second release. 5:25. Fall behind in the conversation. That's why I can't do a full video right now. Okay, so that's clearly not happening. That's okay. Update APV. Yes. That's why. Since date. Then goes to the synth. Tells each of the voices to update that. And find out. Do this real quick too. Maybe I won't need to reset it every time. I don't know about you. I think that sounds like a long attack and release. Let's try polyphonic. Okay, that's working. Now I can get back to my 27 messages here. That'll be it for this installment. See you again.